Good morning, everybody, and thanks, Alan, for the invite to speak here this morning. Once again, for CitA. I suppose I'm just going to kind of briefly walk you through some of our experiences since we started the process and started to think about our automation journey. Our journey started back in 2010, and when we talk about automation, we normally talk about, in most people's minds, automation is mechanics. It's making machinery more physically attractive to production and stuff like that. But our first part of automation journey started in digital. So we, in 2010, started to think about how we could be better at what we do in terms of our detailing and our waste and our drawing. So what you're looking at on the bottom of the screen is actually a rebar drawing. You have to be an artist to develop it, and you have a bigger artist to be able to read it. And that's actually what's happening in the world as we speak today. In the 2D environment, we have what you see in the bottom of our slide here. And it takes, I suppose, a lot of skilled individuals to be able to actually navigate through those things to put steel into concrete in the right determination and specification from the structural engineers. What we thought at that point in time, and what I started to think about doing, was how can I change this to make it easier, and what tools are out there to do so? So when we started that journey, there were very little tools around. So we looked at 3D and we looked at BIM, and we said, well, there's a possibility that if we were to utilize this software, we probably could get better at what we're doing. And we started to kind of explore the opportunities in BIM and look at what we could do in terms of change. And I suppose we also then started to see that with utilizing the BIM process, we were able to see in 3D the visuals. So we started out on the pioneering journey of automating our detailing process in BIM. That led us on then to the traditional world of steel fixing. So what you're looking at here is what people are doing today. They've been doing it for over 100 years. Nobody has ever changed it. It's always been known as a manual process, probably the worst gig in the industry in terms of a trade. And we, at that point in time, thought to ourselves, well, we're after being able to get a visualization of a model and a rebar element. I'm sure we could fabricate this offsite. And the challenge was given to us on the London Bridge site you just saw earlier there, where we were given the opportunity to deliver 24 of those columns and crossheads to London, but we couldn't weld them. So that was also part of how can we bring a bit of automation in our mindset to get that to happen. So we then started looking at systems and procedures that are required in the detailing manuals, putting them into the automated process of the detailing in the BIM model, and then taking that to the next level. And by taking it to the next level, we started to think about developing our own process. We developed a product called Faster Fix, which has now, thankfully, become quite successful for us in our approach. And that brought us on to thinking then, if we're able to make the product Faster Fix, how do we actually automate that? So our journey, as I said, didn't start with improving conveyors in the factory, improving logistics in the factory. It didn't start with the development of a process. It started with, I suppose, exactly what you see up here. So what we have tried to do and how we progressed our vision, I suppose, is we thought about innovation and we started thinking outside the box. That was the first thing I'd say to anybody who's considering automation or even thinking about utilization of automation. We then, amongst lots of talking within our organization and communicating within the organization, started to explore, and we started to talk to our local bodies, Enterprise Ireland, Intertrade Ireland, to see what levels of support were available for automation in the general automated world of manufacturing. And when you are thinking about it and when you are doing it, there's enormous support from those two organizations. I mean, they're extremely helpful. They have excellent people working in there, and they will guide you and show you the path to take on small ventures, prototyping. JJ will talk about that in a while, about prototyping stuff and helping you understand the jump you're about to take in your own facilities. You know, we also started engaging with some universities, SETU, Queen's University, and we went on graduate programs. So we started to bring in younger visionary talent into our business that would enable us to be able to use our vision and goals and mindset to their skill set that they were after learning in the, let's say, the today world. That also then involves you thinking about the setup of grant assistance and how you can be assisted with that. And again, your local DA, Enterprise Ireland, again, Intertrade Ireland, all of those organisations are there to help you with that. And then the graduate programs were extremely beneficial to us in terms of being able to get that talent and apply that talent to our business. So all in all, I suppose, we then, as it developed, we started to develop robotics. And within that process, we had to develop a system and a procedure that had never been developed before. So welding of reinforcement in the world had never been developed. And this was our next step level of automation in our factory. So the guys that you saw tying the steel on the previous video we're after replacing that tying activity and back-breaking activity to a robot. And the guy that was the welder on the robot is now a robotic technician. And he's actually working in a hut in the corner of the factory, away from the fume, completely safe. And the product itself is getting a better quality product out to our customers. So this is where we then started to think about, well, we now can bring it from the digital world in 3D to the manufacturing world in terms of the product itself that we're delivering to our customers, but the two in tandem really do work. So that for us then, I suppose, was really, really good in terms of what we're after achieving in manufacturing are better productivity levels. The assistance in the advice we got from the government bodies like Enterprise Ireland assisted us in the development of the process. But it's not a journey that you're going to take and do it in a year. That journey took us 5 years from start to finish, with a lot of hard work, innovative thought, innovative research. The graduate that we took on at the time really, really assisted us in driving that forward. So when you are considering automation and what it can bring to you, you also have to consider the backup, the support, the investment that you have to make in that automation. And it's not just about buying machines. It's a lot more than that. That then, I suppose, will show you now as to what we have now actually done with product. And this physically is the placement of steel today in our world. It's a product called Faster Fix. So you don't see the back-breaking scenarios that you saw on the previous videos. You'll notice that the crane is doing all the work. There are 80% less people placing the reinforcement that they were on the traditional world. And every bit of this is manufactured off-site in our off-site manufacturing facilities all over Ireland, UK, Europe, and now America as well. But the driving force for us here and the real push towards the automated process for us was the speed that we were able to deliver the reinforcement on-site. With 80% less people, it's 75% faster. So we're bringing productivity levels now to site that have never been seen before in terms of rebar fixing, delivery, and usage. That again, I suppose, is bringing us to a place in our business where we've also had a big focus recently. In the last 12 months, we've seen a lot of our clients requesting an enormous amount of information around EPDs and CO2. We've done a particular case study by SETU, Professor Derek Sinnott did it, and we've proven now by using our process that we actually can reduce the amount of CO2 by 12.6%. So again, not thinking about that when we started the automation process is after feeding into our business now, and it's bringing benefit to our clients and our customers in an organic way. And you'll find if you go on the automated journey, whatever business you're in, organically as you grow that journey, you're also going to find that you're growing your benefits to your customers, yourselves, and your clients. Reducing time on site is a key driver in everybody's business. You know, everybody wants to build faster, better, quicker. Our housing for all policy is we've got to build 40,000 houses this year, we have to build 50 next year. That includes apartments. So the faster we can deliver the products to our clients, and the faster, obviously, that they're going to be able to turn keys and doors. Reducing material waste was the reason that we went back to from 2D to 3D in 2010. So we pioneered that back then. We still, I suppose, are the driver in the BIM world and rebar in our industry. There isn't too many that have taken it to the level that we've taken it. We worked with it when it was server-based systems, when we didn't have the cloud, and had the patience, I suppose, to watch that circle monitoring on the screen when you went home at night, that the off file would be open the morning after. So we went in a tremendous fashion. And there you think about automation there. So where that come from, servers to cloud, and now the speed of digitalization, which also is a big part of, I suppose, what we're talking about here this morning with automation. So the next step, I think, where we're going as a company to drive our processes forward, everybody is talking about AI. But what is AI going to bring? That's a very, very good question. There are many people who have different opinions about AI. It's dangerous, it's not dangerous, it's useful, it's not useful, it's going to do away with jobs, it's not going to do away with jobs. But in the overall scheme of things, if you look at it practically for your business, there is somewhere in your business that you're going to be able to use it efficiently. Take the people that are in your business that are currently doing mundane administration tasks on a day-by-day basis and deploy those people to better tasks and upskill them. That's, for me, is the role of AI for us in our business. And that's what we're going to try to do. And to try and understand that, I suppose, we've just got a quick brief here as to where the construction industry sees itself going with AI.
Planning and design. As every architect knows, design is never a linear process. With so many back and forth movements and parameters such as dimensions, scale, layout, accessibility, and carbon footprint, AI has the ability to alter these parameters and the specific demands of the user, creating an outcome that maximizes the design potential. In fact, in a survey of over 2,000 design professionals, 55% revealed they had already embraced AI or started experimenting with it. Somewhere. Recent tools include Make It, Architectures, Art Design AI, Sidewalk Labs, Cubic, Hypar, Finch, and many more. As these tools continue to use machine learning to analyze thousands of plans, they have the ability to be used in the most efficient and cost-effective pattern for the stages of design development.
And some of companies are already using it in this respect.
As construction workers are engaged in various tasks, such as dealing with heavy machinery, working from heights, and contacting hazardous materials, ensuring the safety of every individual can become a challenge. As a solution, AI-powered cameras come into play. These cameras have the ability to continuously scan the site and use image recognition.
So there's a company here in Ireland, potential safety hazards. For
example,
Evercamera using this equipment and this technology as we speak.
When a worker forgets to wear a helmet and send an immediate alert to the site manager. This technology can also detect unsafe scaffoldings, issues with water logging, and analyze data from past projects to identify patterns and predict potential safety issues. Sustainability. With the current climate crisis and the intense carbon footprint of building materials, 38% of global energy consumption is correlated to the construction industry. In response to this, AI technology offers novel approaches, such as using energy modeling softwares to simulate a building's energy use intensity, smart grid technologies to adjust lighting and HVAC systems, choosing sustainable materials based on their life cycle, and managing waste and recycling materials to maximize the sustainable construction cycle. Example companies include Pello, which utilizes AI-powered sensors that monitor bin fill levels, track container locations, and show contaminations. Building IQ, which uses a cloud-based software platform called Predictive Energy Optimization that can reduce HVAC energy consumption by 10 to 25%, and Carbon Cure, which uses AI to analyze data from concrete production processes and injects carbon dioxide into concrete during mixing, where the carbon dioxide becomes chemically converted into
happening, as we can see worldwide already.
Automation.
And here we go.
Another crucial aspect where AI comes into play is the usage of autonomous vehicles in construction. With the help of machine learning, AI algorithms can analyze data from LiDAR and GPS sensors to create meticulous maps of construction sites and detect obstacles, while equipment like excavators and bulldozers can be autonomously controlled. Example companies include Built Robotics, which offers a fully autonomous excavator equipped with 360-degree smart cameras, and Caterpillar, with their autonomous mining trucks and bulldozers manufactured since 1994.
So we've seen recently, even at a trade show very recently, of that, where a guy was sitting in his living room in Germany and he was driving a Caterpillar machine down in the south of Spain. And we're talking about automation, like this is next level in terms of what can be done, what will be done. You know, at the moment we're developing a process in robotics ourselves, trying to automate a program and software where we can actually work a robot anywhere in the world. So AI will assist us with the data, and as I look at AI, I think the only way AI will work efficiently for everybody is to put the right stuff in, you get the right stuff out. So it's all dependent on data. It will not replace people. The people are needed there to be either upskilled and put in that proper level of data. So where we're going as a company, I suppose, we're going to explore it for sure. 100% we're going to explore it. We've taken it, I suppose, then in the interim, we didn't know AI was going to be a groundbreaking, region to the world. But what we've done, I suppose, is we have taken our business to the next level in terms of bringing a fully automated process in the advancement in robotics, and our own new factory that we have just opened. The official opening will be February 27th. Will give us the opportunity to do that, and we'll also be able to bring new products to market that we weren't able to bring before. So I suppose it's a new era for Midland Steel. It's a new era for harnessing automation in our industry that we have developed with our machine makers. And every company you can do that with your supply chain, but I suppose I wouldn't be going to try and invent the wheel. If there's something there that suits your business already, that's the way to start. Like, you don't have to invent everything, but you can assist the invention as you go along and see how your staff and your people can make that product that's already in the market better for and easier to work with. So I suppose, just as you can see here, like, we've harnessed, I suppose, evolving technologies, and we believe that's unlocked multiple benefits for our company, multiple benefits in what we've done so far. The AI world is about, half of the activities, it's proven, half of the activities carried out that are manual can be replaced by robotics. The people that are working on those jobs at the moment will and don't have to be replaced. They can be upskilled into what we've developed and shown in our business. Being a welder, an apprentice welder, a welder is now, we're looking for robotic technicians. We're not looking for welders, we're looking for apprentices and robotic technicians and graduates coming out of college to assist us to develop that in our business, And technology, of course, is going to help and create new jobs and new opportunities. And that's where we see, I suppose, AI helping the labour markets that are in stress in 90% of the world right now. So where we are and where we've come from 2010, pioneering BIM, we now use BIM not only for 3D visuals, we use it for everything. We actually manage our whole business, our clients' portion of business, and we utilize the full BIM tools that are available through Tekla and Trimble, and we are using that as a fully communicative tool. So we've improved communication in the business substantially with our clients by using the BIM process. Smart manufacturing, we have developed the automation that I've shown you through the various bodies that assisted us and helped us, and the various universities that provided us the skill talents that we needed to do so. We developed our own product called Faster Fix. It's been rolled out across the globe. Internationally, we're placing product in many countries now. And that, I suppose, is an improvement on just-in-time deliveries, which is a very hard thing to achieve from a logistics point of view. But again, if we look at what will come down the track, where you'll have automated vehicles being driven by computers, you can look what our friend Mr. Elon Musk is doing with driverless cars. It's all coming. It's coming, and that's all driven by AI, and it's driven by data. And then I suppose the key driver for everything in the last while has been sustainability and driving towards carbon neutral products, driving towards being a better company in carbon and reducing our carbon. And of course, every one of us know that we're going to have to report it very soon. So it'll now become like one of our tax values that we have to pay in the year report, and do a full report in your accounts year end as well. So it isn't just something that's in the background, it's actually something that we should all be planning for now. And again, there are tools there to automate that too, to the delivery of that, like what we saw. So we're now very proud to say that we've just opened our brand new facility. It's the greenest steel offsite smart manufacturing facility in Portlaoise, and it's fully automated. It's now open. We're delivering product from it at the end of this month, and we will have an official opening on February 27th. This factory and facility is a vision that we've had for a long time. It's given us the opportunity to deliver product of light diameters of steel, which are normally very difficult to find a commercial balance with, very, very competitively, but also it's enhanced our productivity and our deliverables by about 40,000 tons of steel a year. So we're now in a place where we can deliver an enormous amount of product very, very quickly. The services in the business are now gone from 1 or 2 products in Faster Fix to 6 more new products that we're launching in the market. And we also, I suppose, are very proud to say that everything is fully automated. So it's coming from the models that the detailers detail from, are going straight to the machines to production, and then that is QR coded and logistically. And again, the factory itself is state of the art in terms of the products that we're bringing to it. So I suppose, what do we learn in the journey? The lessons we learned. Communication and the vision is critical to be implemented, and you need to communicate it to all your stakeholders and staff. First thing to do is let them know what your vision is. You can't achieve it on your own. They want to be part of it. Some will resist it, some will join it. But in general, when you prove the concepts that are the visionary thoughts, and you can see the future of where you want to go, well, then it definitely is a key thing to just demonstrate that by communicating it to all people. Engage with all stakeholders, offer support. I mentioned the previous bodies that are there to assist you in looking at the automated process. We're very, very glad we did engage with them, and we're very, very glad we're still engaged with them. Test the market intelligence with extensive research. Don't invent it twice. That's something I would say is your number one priority when you think about automation. Think about and test it in your own industry where you could possibly get the opportunity to utilize the IP that's there, the products that are there, and then go one step further and bring your own ideas to it. So you're halfway there if it's already half invented, as the fellow says. If you've got a good idea, it's a critical part of it is to make sure that you patent it. So we wouldn't be doing what we're doing across the globe if we didn't have a patent. Actually, we wouldn't be doing any of it if we didn't have a patent. Was that the first thing you think about when you think about automating in your business? Probably not. You're probably thinking about, how can I improve my manufacturing? How can I improve my productivity? How can I get better at what I do? 90% of people forget that. If you've got a good idea and that's not out there before, well, then it's well worth patenting. So there are some very good companies here in Ireland. We dealt with a company called Cruikshank, extremely good guys up there, and they advised us, and alongside Enterprise Ireland gave us advice on that as well. We're very grateful for that too. So it was very, very important. When you talk about R&D and R&D grants, you need advice and support there, It's critical that you have a body or a company that fully understands that, if that's what you're thinking about doing. Now, if you've raised a good idea and you've some good stuff happening, it's certainly worth considering. But I will say that the grant system in Ireland from R&D is not as supportive as you might think. It's a long journey to go through. You need extremely good qualified professionals to bring it to fruition. The revenue do like knocking it back. So don't expect to get a check from the first time you put in your application. But if you do persist with something that you have that's very, very good, and it's valid, and it's proven, then there's a very good chance that you will have the benefit of R&D and R&D grant values in the long term in your business. Again, it's not a short road. I would say it's a long road to travel, but along the journey, it may bring some value to you that you can reinvest in some more automated processes in your business, and that's our experience. I'm just giving you today and this morning, I suppose, our experiences. Engaging with your local authorities and certainly engaging with Enterprise Ireland, I would suggest, is a must. And as early as possible as you're thinking about changing it up, I definitely would say that that is a must. And of course, then, sharing knowledge in an environment where you have a cluster available to you in your region. So 5 years ago, I suppose, we had a brief conversation with a lady who will be speaking here later on this morning. 4 years after that, or 2 years after that, she actually came and visited us, and we've been talking about the cluster that was being formed in the Midlands. And it's called the ATOM Cluster, Advanced Technical Industry Manufacturing. And through the hard work of a girl called Katrina Morden, she's created a network of companies who have massive amount of industry knowledge. And a lot of us think we know what's going on around us, but actually there are companies working next door to us in Ireland with immense knowledge, immense value, and we don't know who they are. So that, from my part, happened very close by a company that we were using, and now using and partnering with, because we're part of the cluster. And that networking availability and that networking introduction, I suppose, introduced us to another part of digitalization that we're trying to bring forward and improve our automated processes and remove the mundane tasks. And we've engaged in a program with them to deliver a software for us. So a very, very good software company writing software for all over the globe. 40 miles up the road, we didn't know they were there. And most of us don't look really outside our own business gates. We look at what's going on in our industry, about all our competitors, but we don't look at what's going on around us in the general world, where you have many, many valuable Irish companies that can bring value to your business if you're involved in a cluster. So I'd suggest, if there is one in your region or you're in the Midlands, contact Katrina, because it's really, really good value, and it does bring you to a good place in terms of a networking opportunity, but also the development within your own business. Sharing that knowledge was vital for us, but I suppose, one thing I would say to any company is, don't be afraid to break the boundaries. If you think you have a good idea and you think you're going to improve your business, you're probably going to improve many other people's too. So go for it. What have you got to lose? All you can lose is the time that you've thought about it. And if you don't try it, you're always going to be questioning yourself. So for me, that's where I'll finish off on. And thanks for taking the time to listen to what I had to say this morning.
Super.